15-all.
She's got quite the streak going at the moment, does Eva Lys, on an 8-match win streak, courtesy of yesterday's win.
Out.
Such an acute angle on the forehand.
30-15.
You can sense the rhythm about her. She's flowing right now. Picked up a W60 trophy over in Slovakia a couple of weeks ago. Some strong wins on that run.
(40-15).
And you can sense that rhythm and that confidence about her in Shrewsbury. She's handled herself really well. The attitude has been half the battle. That's well slid.
40-30.
And she just hung back there, Konjuh, waiting, anticipating.
Let for service. Out. Deuce.
And despite the recent run for Lys, not sure how much Konjuh will have looked at the numbers anyway, but she should take some confidence from the fact that Lys has been slowed down slightly in her last 2 matches, taken to 3 sets. And she's looking to slow her down right at the offset of this one. Konjuh with 3 games, 3 points even, in a row for the breakpoint chance. Pinpoint in the corner.
Deuce.
It's actually tough to identify what could be the differentiating factor here. 2 players who are seeing the ball big and stepping up under pressure.
Advantage Lys. Game Lys.
Manufactured that out of nowhere, deep behind the baseline.
First game.
And giving a good account of herself in that first game, the 20-year-old first onto the board in this second semi-final. The little flag pinned onto her cap here, a tribute to her country of birth, Ukraine. Even though she marches under the flag of Germany.
Thank you. Please take your seats as quickly as possible.
She was born in Kiev and moved to Germany with her family when she was just 2 years old. Based in Hamburg since then.
Ana Konjuh to serve.
Well, that might win a
50
prize for furthest travelling return so far this week. Back of the service line from Konjuh on the second serve, not holding back.
Thirty love. Thirty 15. Out. 40 15. Led for service. Game Konjuh.
Confident close for the Croat. And continuing
One
on the
game
same vein of her win over Katie Bolter on this very court yesterday. That was her first appearance on centre court. Lys has taken centre stage in her last two matches.
Out. Love 15. Love 30.
Well, she's got to be careful here. Lys was able to survive the second set blowout yesterday, but Konjuh has shown a steady ability to penalise slip-ups this week. Oh,
15,
barely
30.
hitting a big ball out here, Konjuh.
Thirty all. Out.
What adaptability from Konjuh throughout that exchange.
30-14.
And the ball's pretty much behind her there as she comes with the slice. What absorbing the punches.
Out.
What adaptability. And for the second straight return game, it's a break point.
Game, Konjuh.
Lys understandably feeling the
Leads by 2
pressure
games to
after the
1.
way Konjuh placed the previous forehand return right on the line. First blood then to the former world number 20. Ana Konjuh leads the way at this sit down. Extra stand courtside today, such was the demand for semi-finals day. The ITF World Tennis Tour events at the Shrewsbury Club always so well attended. They've been hosting these events for many years, the club. Often at M25 and W25 level, the second step up on the ITF World Tennis Tour. This is the biggest event that has ever graced these courts, although there was a W60 for the women in February 2019. Won by Vitalia Diatchenko. Konjuh got her only break of serve in the opening set yesterday in the final game. Serving to back it up early this time.
15-love. Love.
It's such a boost for Konjuh to see how strongly she's serving. It was the elbow that has given her so much trouble in the early stages of her career. 4 elbow surgeries required for her.
Love. Game, Konjuh.
Clinical consolidation then for Ana Konjuh.
Konjuh leads by 3 games to 1.
I mentioned that she had to undergo the 4 elbow surgeries. For someone who's still just 24 years old, that is an incredible amount to undergo. And she said the last one was definitely the final one, no more to be had.
Love 15.
And as a result, she said if it was to give her trouble again, that would have to be the end of the road for tennis. So tough when you're so talented and your body lets you down, but she has hung tough.
$15-0. 30-15.
My word, outside edge. She's making a point of hitting big into the Konjuh forehand out here, Lys, looking for a breakdown on that wing. And the direction of shot was damage enough on that occasion.
Out.
And that time standing so firmly, it's just
40-15.
taking a little bit off the ball. She came around it to navigate the off backhand. Konjuh taken aback by the drop.
(40-30). Game, Lys.
Smooth as you like from Eva Lys. That's exactly what to expect from this young woman.
Konjuh leads by 3-2.
Stays relentlessly upbeat on the court, and that will keep her in touch in this opening set. It's been such a rise up the rankings for Lys this year to reach this number of 126. She ended 2021 ranked world number 338. So she's jumped over 200 ranking spots this season. And targeting the biggest trophy yet. She did win that W60 title last month, but prior to that, in the years 2020 and 2021, W25 singles trophies. Second step up when it comes to ITF competition. Ana Konjuh looking for her first title since 2020 when she picked up a W25 trophy during one of her comebacks. That was on a clay court. When these balls fluff up, it can feel like a clay court at times, the pace of them. But she's adjusting accordingly. Incredible angle.
15 love.
And barely a reaction. These two each have such good body language and demeanor in different ways, and Lisa's very clearly visually upbeat.
30 love.
And Konjuh just doesn't react. If you were to look at her, you wouldn't be able to read the scoreboard from the way that she carries herself. And that is tough in a grueling clash, as we've seen in all her matches so far this week.
Out. 30-15.
There's nothing intentional in that, and just doing what she had to there, Lys,
30 all.
because Konjuh was not down and out here. There was a little too much air on the drop shot, but she got her position right behind it to try and keep her hands on the reins, capitalise. And Lys is right there
30,
waiting.
40.
A break on the board, but it hasn't felt like there's a whole lot in it. Break back point now.
Juice. Advantage Lys.
So far today, it is the forehand that's offered a fraction more. Didn't quite commit through the shot there. Lys with another opportunity.
Juice.
And there's the serve. And we talked about the differentiating factors out here. That's certainly something that weighs this one in Konjuh's favour. The ability to produce like that under pressure. Get the service winners. Lys, though, knows what her game style is and she commits to it,
Advantage Lys.
up or down. Names two of her strengths as her fight and the way she takes the ball early. Certainly elements that she's consistently brought to court in Shrewsbury. Oh my goodness. That's world class. And you cannot
Yes.
fault the defence from Lys. Against another player, it might have been enough. This length on the forehand, but Konjuh's ready and waiting. Breathtaking.
Advantage Lys. Out game Lys.
Just about did enough there, the German. You could see her at one point during that game just
3 games
pointing
all.
to her temple. Keeping her head in it. Committing, believing, and getting the result back on serve in this opening set. Early points of this one are key after the length of the previous game. It turned the tide in the opening set of the last match. Actually, it was at this very moment Angelina Kalinina did not come on top
15 love.
overall, but the top seed broke back for 3-all in a very lengthy game and went on a streak of 3 games won before von Shrewsbury fought back.
$30 love.
3 deuces in the previous game, 4th break point converted.
Out. 30-15. Out. 40-15.
Patiently worked by Konjuh.
40-30.
Yeah, against a player of Lys's tendencies, that deep return to the body is a great option. Lys looks for the winner right from the first ball, and that just takes the width away, takes the angle away.
Game, Lys. New balls, please.
And she used the angle there over Lys with her second game
Lys
on the
leads by 4
bounce,
games to 3. Ball
backing
change,
up the
please.
break back on centre court. Back end of a long season, and the WTA finals featuring the 8 best players of the season currently happening out at Fort Worth in the States. And that does signify the official end of the season. We've got the Billie Jean King Cup finals in Glasgow next week, but in terms of big events to be contested, there are fewer options on the table, so that made Shrewsbury all the more appealing. We had 5 of the top 100 players in the world taking to court here. And then the likes of Eva Lys, who's fast on the rise, Anna
Time.
Konjuh, who's been ranked highly, but pegged back by physical setbacks. Right from the offset, there were no easy matches. A number of qualifiers making it through to the quarter-final stage.
Thank you. Seats quickly, please.
Second round. I meant second round. Second match of the day. About time I had a slip up. A little unforced error by the people late to their seats, but Konjuh's patient.
15 love. Let for service. Fifteen all. Out. 30-15.
She's seen enough tennis courts, enough tennis matches in her time, Konjuh, not to overthink this stage of the match. Just committing to each point as it comes. And she seems to already have shrugged off the fact that she did lead by a break here.
30-all.
My fault. But that has, I think, less to do with internal tension and more to do with the awareness that Lys will dig into those second serves and look to use the width of the court right from the first ball. Knows there needs to be a little more on this delivery. How will she respond?
30-40.
Same again. Well, it suddenly shows the scoreboard pressure and the pressure of the woman at the baseline. She has taken momentum with that lengthy break back. Now the opportunity to lead.
Out.
And that opportunity swiped away. Solid forehands from Konjuh.
Deuce.
Lys just not able to get her on the stretch the way she would have wanted to on the forehand side. Was able to stay central at the baseline. That's too good, too big. Taken too early.
Advantage Lys.
And Konjuh, with the ball into the mid-court, knew she hadn't done enough to buy herself any time to cover. Lys merciless.
That's too good.
Break point 2. And the serve comes through.
Deuce. Advantage Konjuh. Game Konjuh.
And she survives. That could change everything for Ana Konjuh.
4-all.
Broke away from the script there. Lys was looking for her 4th game on the bounce. Or 3rd, I should say. Now has to start over.
Out. Love 15. Love 13. Wait, please. Can you get that one, please? Out. Love 40.
And that just shows how Konjuh snapped momentum so savagely with the serves in the previous game, finding the mark under the most pressure. The double faults erased. Triple break point now.
Out. 15-14. Out game, Konjuh.
And that is what we've been talking
Konjuh
about
leads
concerning
by 5
Konjuh
games
all
to
week.
4.
Her ability to hang in there and take advantage and just look at the match as a whole, not take to heart individual situations. Point after point, she's been there from the first round against Dalma Gulfi, which she came from a set down to win against the number 3 seed. Again, in the second round against Sonne Cartel, who kept her so close. And now Eva Lys is feeling the heat of Konjuh's ability to hold on. She will serve for the opening set after this sit down. Well, how long can she keep smiling, Eva Lys? Her ability to applaud good play and laugh off good winners has kept her fighting in Shrewsbury. But Ana Konjuh looking to take the joy out of this match, serving for the set.
Love 15.
Now, it's interesting. The sudden double faults, not at all from Konjuh prior to the 2 back-to-back in the previous service game.
Love 30.
Wow. I do wonder if something's up, because that is unusual. And the
Love
forehand
14.
loose early in the rally. Well, is this a mental malfunction or a physical one for Konjuh? Triple breakback point.
Game, Lys.
Now, she had no chance of chasing that down. You've got to credit Eva Lys for staying in
5
it,
games
but
all.
to be completely honest, she did not have to do much there. Barely hit a ball
Lys.
to get back on serve.
Game, Lys.
No, she had no
That's a strange one,
chance of
because
chasing
Konjuh's
that down.
cornerstone of her victory yesterday was that serve in the key moments.
Love 15. $15-0. At 15-30.
Oh, wow. Barely. She was putting the brakes back on there, Konjuh.
30-0.
And she was making a lot of
40,
those
30.
slices earlier in the set, a little slower now.
Deuce.
The only explanation is that both players are feeling how close this one looked on paper and how close it's been in terms of tennis on the court. Neither of them immune to the
Advantage, Lys.
pressure. It's interesting to see Konjuh dropping off here at the business end of the set. Almost as if she's peaked too early. But there's still time.
Game, Lys.
Less of it now with that brutal delivery from Eva Lys.
Lys leads by 6 games to 5.
The woman on the 8-match win streak is on the front foot
Game,
and 1 game away from this opening set,
game,
having
Lys.
returned to
Less
stay
of
in
it
it.
now with that brutal.
Seven, 6, 6, 4 for Marketa Vondrousova earlier against the top seed Angelina Kalinina. Perhaps crucially keeping it to the straight sets. So she's got another match to come today on the doubles court. But as she pointed out, 6 or 7 months of no play due to injury, so she's kind of making up for lost time here. Can Anna Konjuh do the same? Back on tour since the US Open.
Let for service. Out 15 love. Let for service. Fifteen-all.
And great work with the legs from Lys to get down to meet the ball, to hold her position.
15-30.
And Konjuh pegged at the back of the court.
Great work with the.
Always easier to close on the return. My word though. Phenomenal angle.
On the return.
She's pulled the rabbit out of the
30-all.
hat there, Konjuh. Well-earned applause from the opponent.
My
40-30.
Understandable frustration. Lys takes that ball up the line so incredibly fluidly. For most players, that's a high-risk shot. For Eva Lys, she expects herself to make that ball.
Just
But there's that double fault again. I think that's 5 on the set now for Konjuh.
let's for service. Advantage Konjuh.
In a previous match against Bolter, she only served 3 double faults for the duration of the match, but you do have to credit Lys's attacking instinct that is asking for more from her opponent.
Deuce.
And that's exactly why she's going for more on that second serve. So quickly around the ball, Lys whipping through the backhand. Time snatched away.
Let's for service.
Tenacious. They've both been close,
Advantage Lys.
but Eva Lys now 1 step away from this opening set. Break point is set point.
Game and
1
first
foot
set,
in the
Lys.
final in phenomenal fashion. She just
7 games to 5.
can't stop winning, Eva Lys. something that's more easily overcomeable. But she's got up to play after just a discussion there, and I'm not sure if she feels there's anything that can be done for whatever she's struggling with. And the physio is sat down on the front row here, just lingering,
Second set, Lys to serve.
which is an indication that they're just going to see how these next couple of games go, or this next game, see how it plays out.
Love.
Yeah, it's certainly not the same Ana Konjuh that started out this clash. Struggling with those balls on the stretch, where before she was sliding slices back. The stretch,
30 love.
where before she was sliding slices back.
Thirty 15. All.
Yeah, it's difficult for Lys at this point when she knows that something is up and she's not sure what, to keep her focus on her side of the court, to keep flowing the way she has been back end of the previous set.
40-30.
Nothing wrong with that strike. It's just very hit and miss from Konjuh at the moment.
Juice.
If she's in position, no problem. If she's forced to run a bit, struggling to track the ball maybe.
Advantage Lys. Deuce. Out. Advantage, Konjuh.
And just able to take that ball a bit earlier. Konjuh looking to make Lys regret the way she came off the forehand up the line. Trying to settle herself back into this match, and Lys a little unsettled here.
Deuce. Out. Advantage, Lys.
Quality
Lys.
from Eva Lys. Taking that forehand quickly, and there'll be a sigh of
First game,
relief that
second
she's
set.
managed to wrap up that service hold. A little more bitty from both sides of the court. You can understand it with what's transpired in the last few minutes with the physio visit for Konjuh. Distracting stuff, but Lys able to channel enough that Konjuh certainly just trying to manage something here.
Love 15.
No, it's more like it.
15-0.
Her motivation to keep these points shorter. Konjuh, she didn't mind a little bit of a battle earlier in the match, but has to use the serve right now.
Thirty 15. Forty 15.
Two aces and two completely different serves. The curve and the slice on the previous, and the flat strike out wide there. Equally dangerous, equally brutal.
Game Konjuh.
3 in a row. Well, that's one way to win a game if you're struggling.
One game all.
Finding something there, but still kind of clutching the bridge of her nose, Konjuh. Lots of signs that she's just feeling groggy, not able to fully focus.
Out 15 love. Out 15-0. Out. 30-15. Out. 30 all.
Oh, much needed. That's big, the way she's able to mount up in an occasion like that.
40-30.
Konjuh pulling back in the game. A slower ball mid-court, time to think. No hesitation.
Game, Lys.
Keeping her eyes on the prize here, Lys. Big fist pump from her. A shake of the
Lys
head there
leads by
from
2 games
Ana
to 1.
Konjuh, who's actually just gone to her coach in the corner to pick something up. Not sure what that is. Might just be a bottle of water or something to try and help clear her head here. And she's fighting multiple opponents on court right now, Konjuh. No, energy bar maybe. It's all guesswork at the moment. She's packed in the tournaments since she came back at the US Open
Time.
after the latest 3-month break, Konjuh. This is her 7th contested within the last 2 or 3 months. And the physio's still lingering courtside.
Fifteen love.
Now the crowd fairly impartial in this one, but I think they can sense that Konjuh needs a little bit of a boost out here.
Out. 30 love.
Her own immediacy turned back on there, Konjuh. She was just a bit anxious to close that point out.
15.
That said, it was the anticipation of Lys that really did the damage. Clean strike on the drive. Took it and used it.
All.
And yesterday she was edging towards double figures in the ace count, Konjuh. Today heading in that direction with these double faults, and I think we're getting a better understanding as to why that is.
Out. 30-40.
Trying to find a way out here, but the forehand is not doing her many favors. Lys eyeing up the set and a break lead.
Game, Lys.
And that's in the bag for the German.
New
And now
balls,
what does
please.
Konjuh do here? Does she keep playing?
Lys leads by 3-1.
Just taking her time at the back of the court.
Love. Out 30 love.
You've got a feel for her. All the physical issues over the last few years, and now this.
$30-15. Out. $40-15. Game, Lys.
Focus, ferocious from Eva Lys. You've got to applaud that from the 20-year-old. There's a
Lys leads
lot
by 4
happening
games to 1.
on the other side of the net, and she's able to keep the focus on hers.
Game, Lys.
Daylight on the
Focus.
scoreboard in the second set, and the W100 Shrewsbury final
Lys.
is in sight.
Focus, ferocious from me.
Tough to watch this, really. And it's so close to the finish line now that I think Konjuh will just see it through. But unless there's a miraculous recovery in terms of how she's feeling on the court, it's very tough to see this one
Time.
turning around. Lys has been clutch when it counts this week. You don't expect her to let it go.
Love. $15-all.
And it takes that ball from the height of the bounce, and the moment she sees a neutral ground stroke, she's all over it.
30-15.
There you go. And this actually increases the challenge for Lys, that she doesn't really know what's coming. Some wild misses, some huge winners.
40-30.
Yeah, the first serve was barely missing the tee. And I think there was a dismal acceptance of what was coming in the face of that second serve. Lys lining up and unleashing yet again.
Advantage, Konjuh. Out. Deuce. Advantage, Konjuh.
A few butterfingers front row.
Game, Konjuh.
Good grit. And Konjuh slowing the train down. A little wry smile there. Now the fact that she's still on court, confirms it's not an injury. There's something bothering her more in terms of a head or illness or something like that. Secondly, indicates that she still thinks there's a vague possibility she can make something happen here.
It's 15 love.
It is just the one break of serve, but she's relying on a malfunction from her opponent. A drop off in concentration or conviction.
30 love.
And that's not coming her way at the moment. Nice work. It's returning and serving where she's struggling the most, Konjuh.
30-15.
Once she establishes herself in the rally, if she's not having to move to extremes, she's seeing the ball that bit better. But when it comes down on the serve so quickly, she's struggling.
Out. 40-15. Game, Lys.
And the reaction tells you that this is not one-way
Lys
traffic,
leads
that
by 5
she is
games
going to
to
still
2.
have to step up and win this, Eva Lys. She's showing every intention of doing just that. One game away from her first W100 final. Still one more match to come on centre court. The Uzbek-Polish pairing of Nagina Abduraimova and Paula Kania-Hoden to take on the all-Czech team, the fourth seeds. Marketa Vondrousova already into the singles final, and Miriam Kolodazeva. Push through on the return here.
Time.
Looking as energized as if she were just starting out the tournament. Ana Konjuh serving to stay in the match.
All of 15.
Here she comes.
Love 30.
Every intention of getting this done quickly.
Let for service. $15.30.
As Konjuh continues to struggle, Lys continues to impress. And it looks like it will be her day at the office. 2 break points, 2 match points.
Game, set, match.
Eva Lys is into her first W100 singles final.
7-5, 6-2.
And if her form this week is anything to go by, she'll be seeing much bigger stages in this sport. What an effort. Tough to see that from Ana Konjuh, clearly struggling today. But Lys kept her focus. She gets the win. And she will meet Marketa Vondrousova in tomorrow's final. Time to hear from her on court.
Your appreciation, please, for Ana Konjuh.
And we're going to hear from Eva shortly. New introduction, she's not used to this. You're going to come and have a chat? Big win for you. You shouldn't be nervous. Not after the performance you just gave. Eva, into the W100 Shrewsbury final. You've had a brilliant week. Let's talk a little bit about the match just now. Anna obviously not feeling at her best. How tough was it for you to keep your focus?
I am enjoying playing here. I'm enjoying the time on court right now, so I was really having much fun, and I was just trying to do whatever I could to win this match, and at the end it worked, and I'm very happy with my result today.
Hitting such big winners out here, time after time, match after match. Now, a lot of people won't know you. They won't know that you've climbed over 200 spots in the rankings this year. What have been the big differences for you? Yeah, incredible, isn't it? Incredible. What do you feel have been the big changes in your game this year that have allowed you to do this?
I think overall just my confidence. I had so many great matches this year that showed me that I could really play at this level I'm playing at right now, and I know I can do even better, so I'll see where this road takes me, and I'm very excited for the next match.
Yeah, you do have one more match tomorrow against Marketa Vondrousova, who's obviously a Grand Slam finalist. What do you think of that matchup?
Hey, I'm just happy to play here. I'm going to enjoy it out there, and I'm very happy that I made finals this week. I won my last tournament, so honestly, I don't have any expectations. I'm just going to go out there and have fun and see where it goes.
9-match winning streak, and we're loving watching her. Ladies and gents, one more time, Eva Lys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the double semi-final will follow shortly.